This is Mirabella's Kitchen, and today I'm making cheesecake brownies. If you'd like to cook with me, please check the description below for a list of the ingredients and a shout out to my patrons. First step is to take an 11 by 7 inch baking dish, take out some parchment paper a little bit larger than the size of the pan, and fight with it to make it fit to the pan, and it will not, so move on. Then I take 8 ounces of cream cheese that I've softened to room temperature. I add it into my stand mixer that has the beater attachment on it. I then add in another 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter that has been softened to room temperature. I'm going to start over low speed, increase it to medium speed with my stand mixer until it is smooth. I then add in half a cup of white sugar, 2 tablespoons all-purpose flour, and 1 large egg that has been warmed to room temperature. I then put the stand mixer back on and I increase it to medium speed, and I beat that together until it is smooth, and then I will set it aside until it's time to mix with the brownies. For the brownies, I take 1 stick of unsalted butter, heat it over medium to medium-high heat to melt it. Once that is melted, I add it into a mixing bowl. I combine that melted butter with 1 cup of white sugar and 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. I whisk that all together and then let it sit for about 3 minutes to let the butter cool down. After it is cooled, I add in 2 eggs that have been left at room temperature. Three-fourths of a cup of cocoa powder. 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, half a cup of all-purpose flour, and a 1/4 teaspoon of coarse kosher salt. I whisk that together, and it's a very thick mixture. I do recommend a more sturdy whisk. I then add 1 cup of chocolate chips, and I use a spatula to combine it with the thick brownie mixture I have. After that, I take the brownies, I take half of the mixture and put it into the baking dish, spreading it out along the bottom of it. I then add in a few dollops, about half of the cheesecake's worth. And I just dollop it in little clumps. It's going to be combined with the brownie mixture, so it doesn't need to be fancy. I use a spoon to just kind of put some swirls in and get it down into the brownie mix. And I'm going to repeat this 1 more time with an additional layer of brownie, and then top it off with more of the cheesecake mixture on top. I add it to a preheated oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going to let that bake for 40 minutes. About halfway through, you can tent it with some tin foil to have the top not come out as brown as mine did, but I thought I had a beautiful top. It kind of looks like a blonde brownie, but it is not. It is a cheesecake brownie. After 40 minutes, I check to see that a toothpick comes fairly clean after removing it. I'm going to let that cool for, I think it took maybe 2 hours or so on a cooling rack. Once it cools, I remove it using the parchment paper to just pull it right out. And then I'm going to take it off the parchment paper and cut it into shareable pieces. And that's Cheesecake Brownies. Thanks for joining me today. I make new videos on cooking every Thursday. Please support me on Patreon and on Facebook at Mirabella's Kitchen.